Hello, everybody. We're marriage mentors Jeeva and Sulojana Sam, and we want to talk to you about 4 simple steps from marriage breakdown to breakthrough. Now, the reason you're watching this video is because of where you're at right now. Of course, this is not where your marriage was. Whenever you got started, at that time, you were the perfect match, whether your marriage was arranged like ours was by our parents, or whether you arranged it yourself by choosing each other. You started out with great expectations. It was going to be a fairy tale marriage for you. You're going to live happily ever after. But now, a few years down the road, or maybe many years down the road, the happiness isn't quite there in your marriage. You know, one of our friends says, if you can't find happiness at home, you'll find it elsewhere. And so maybe one of you or both of you are finding the happiness in another person, in your job, in your career, in your business, or, God forbid, even in an addiction. And you're wondering all along, where's the love that we started out with? What happened to it? We thought we'd always be loving and enjoying each other, but that's not the case right now. And
here's your dilemma. You begin to realize that you cannot keep on going like this, and you don't want the disgrace of breakup or the divorce either, because of your cultural faith or your religious beliefs, and also there's family pressure to stay together. And our parents, had told us there is no such thing as divorce in our dictionary, and that's kind of instilled in your heart already. And you want to talk to somebody to get the help that you need. But at the same time, you want it to be confidential. And for some of us, because of your position that you have, or the leadership position you have in your community, and you're a well-respected person, and you want the confidentiality is very high.
And you've done some things to try and make things work, but you haven't had much success. Of course, we all start with blaming, parents or a matchmaker in case of arranged marriage, or you blame, each other. And of course, many families, there's interference from your in-laws, well-meaning as it may be. And you try to fix it yourself, right? You've tried to read some articles in magazines, or you may have picked up a book from your local store or library. You may have done some Google searches to see what other people are saying and checked out some marriage forums and so on. Or you may have gone to YouTube and found some videos done by popular authors or by other couples. And of course, you ask for free advice, usually from friends and from family. And chances are some of you have already sought out paid advice, through qualified and trained counselors, but it still hasn't produced the results that you were hoping to get out of it.
And the bottom line is you chalk it up as fate, and some of us might call it as karma. And you feel like there's nothing much you can change or you can do, and you're stuck. You feel like there's no hope. And even if there's hope, you don't think you have the energy to make it work. You just feel like you're tired of making it work. But hold on. Don't give up hope.
What if, just take a moment and ask this question. What if you didn't have to be afraid of facing the disgrace of divorce? What if you didn't have to deal with the insecurity of your child, of your children? Psychologists tell us that one of the greatest fears that children have is that their parents will not be together, that they will get divorced. What if you could be happy again, like you were on your wedding day, or the days leading up to it, or even the early days of your marriage? What if there was love and peace and harmony in your marriage, not the absence of all three the way it is right now?
What if you could have an opportunity to connect with a couple who has been through the same difficulties, or maybe even similar, and they had figured out a way to overcome those challenges, we will not only inspire you, but with our story, we will be your mentors to guide you through some of the challenges that you are going through.
So that's who we are. We are marriage mentors, Jeeva and Sulojana Sam. And, this picture was taken very recently in June of 2016. And yes, we had a photographer, and so we are looking at each other. But you know what? That picture actually captures the way that we are right now. We do really, really enjoy each other, and and we have no trouble gazing at each other and just letting the love flow, just the way it is there right now. And here's how we started out. On August 18th of 1983 is when that picture was taken.
And our marriage started off like a dream marriage. We were happy with each other, and within the first year, we had our first baby too, a baby girl. And in the meantime, we still haven't gotten to know each other that well yet within the first 2 years. And we didn't know how to resolve conflicts. We hardly knew how to communicate with each other, and no one taught us, how to communicate with each other. And one of the things that I did was the only thing I knew was silent treatment. I thought that will kind of wake up Jeeva, and that's the only thing I knew. And then I begin to, feel like, does he truly love me? Does he even appreciate what I'm doing? And so I just begin to suffer silently. I, didn't have anyone to talk to.
And along that time that we're going through all of this, we got connected with some people who introduced us to a home-based business, and through some of the leadership in that business, we were introduced to, books. We went to conferences where marriage was addressed, and seminars very specifically about how to get along and how to make a marriage great. And also, because of this home-based business, we got connected with many other couples, who were happily married. And all of that helped, actually. We learned some good communication patterns and stuff. But, the closeness still was not there. Just working in a business together was not enough to bring us the kind of intimacy that we wanted to enjoy. And, on the outside, we would always be smiling. But really, deep down inside, we were not totally happy. And so we knew that something had to change. Then we received the revelation that changed our marriage forever. We realized that we were not a couple with marriage problems. We were two individuals with our own personal problems in a marriage together. In other words, as long as we kept on attacking these marriage problems, then we were getting nowhere. Or we would make some progress, but we would always come back to experiencing those problems again. But when we started addressing our own personal problems through a process that we learned, then everything changed. Then the association helped. Then the techniques helped. Then the strategies we learned from others helped. The books we read, the videos we watched, all of that now began to come together. And now we're able to help you do the same thing as well. And so here we are, having made those changes in August of this year, 2016, we'll be celebrating our 33rd anniversary. A few years ago, one of the Canadian television networks chose us as one of 3 couples to work through the 40-day love dare, and we actually did a video blog every day. You can still look them up on YouTube. All 40 videos are there. And in the meantime, we have 3 adult children, ranging in ages from 31 at the top end to 22 is the youngest. And I know we don't look it, but that's another story, right? It's because we're happy, and so the happier you are, then of course you also get younger. And along the way, we have had an opportunity to counsel and guide many couples. I'm a pastor by profession, and I just finished 34 years of pastoring. And so we have some experience in helping people like you who are going through marriage stress or even in marriage distress, get through some of those rough times. And as Sulojana said a while ago, it was like a trial and error process. But along the way, we realized that we had actually developed a 4-step process that we can actually teach you to follow, so that you can also, be happy in your marriage. And so you're wondering, what is this 4-step process? Well, let's quickly go through it for you right now. The number one step in our process is that we need to have a very realistic, real life snapshot of where you're at right now. And we need to identify where your marriage is at in some critical areas like communication, conflict resolution, financial management, sexual expectations, so on and so forth. We also need to identify outside influences, and this is especially true for us, like people like us who are Indians, who are in arranged marriage kind of situations where our families do have a fair bit of influence. But even otherwise, your family influences you, your friends influence you. And so we do this using an online inventory. So that's a snapshot. That's really the surface part of it. But then we go deeper. And so as we go deeper, then we get into the spiritual roots of what's going on. Why are we behaving like this? And so sometimes that'll point us to some belief systems. Sometimes it'll take us to our upbringing, and also we take a close look at habits and patterns that you developed over time, whether you learned them from others or you came up with them on your own by trial and error. And so we take you deeper and try to identify, where are the roots of all these symptoms, all this stuff that is showing up when we do the snapshot with that online inventory.
And then the next step, the third step, is the inner healing process, and we call it the heart surgery, where basically what we do is remove some of the hurts from the heart that have been caused from the past. And this could have been caused by families or by friends, and also trauma of losing a loved one, and getting rid of some of the anger, the bitterness, the resentment, the unforgiveness. These are some of the things that we deal with, so that we can remove some of the hurts from the past to help you have a healthy marriage.
Yeah. And you know what? Just like any surgery, once you have the surgery, that's not the end. You have to follow it up with some healing therapies. In our case, in the case of a marriage, what that means is that you must learn some patterns that work, some things that become very automatic for you to keep on doing, so that you will stay healed and keep on growing and become whole, and holistic in your marriage. And so here are some of the areas, the same kind of problem areas that we talked about earlier, are the areas in which you will learn some patterns that will keep you that place. And one of the additional things we put down here is, of course, boundaries. And sometimes because we don't set boundaries properly, family and friends tend to cause problems. But you know what? By the time we do all of this, what happens is that you'll begin to realize that there is hope. And friends, that's really all we want you to know today, is that no matter where you're at in your marriage, that there is hope for you. There's hope that your marriage is going to get better. The hope that you will return, to experience some of those happy feelings and love that you started out with. And you know what? You don't have to pretend anymore. You don't have to go to your church or your temple, or go to a function somewhere with your company and act like you're in love when deep down you're not. And so you can put an end to all of that pretense. You don't have to worry about things crashing. We've seen people build successful enterprises, and it all comes crashing down because their marriage is not right. And you don't have to worry about when that's going to happen to you, that you're like a walking time bomb. Your children, whether you want to acknowledge it or not, your children are affected by what's happening in your marriage. And now you don't have to worry about whether they'll have that security or not, the security of having a father and a mother all their lives. And you don't have to worry about a divorce at all.
And here's what we can do for you. We can save you years of unhappy marriage and change into years of good marriage and a happy marriage, and also save you lots of money at the same time. instead of, like Jeeva said, spending it on lawyers or a divorce or counselors or whatever it may be. And you also have access to us 24/7, and we will provide you with personal guidance and mentorship according to your needs. Everybody's challenges would be different in their marriage. So we will guide you and provide the mentorship accordingly. And also, like I said before, we will, guide you through a inner heart healing process that would really, set the stage for a happy marriage. And everything that we do with you, individually will be, individually like as a couple, will be 100% confidential.
And there are times when you as the woman would want to talk about something that you're not comfortable with mixed company, with both of us even. And so you can have that time with Sulojana alone. And same thing with you guys. I'm here for you to do that as well. All right. So your privacy is maintained all the way through. So here's what you need to do next. Book a free consultation with us. There's no obligation. We'll take about 30 minutes, and we'll take that time to determine our fitness, whether this program is something that fits where you're at, and also whether you fit us and you're worth our investment of time, money, and effort into you. We just have a very few limited number of consultations available this week. So all you got to do is to click on this link that you see here, and it'll take you to a calendar, and you get on our appointment calendar, and then we'll have a chat, and we'll see where we go from there. And as you follow the process, just 8 weeks from now, that could be you, walking hand in hand, happy like we showed in the other picture. And you know what? We can help you to make that kind of incredible change in a very short time. All right. So we, appreciate you taking the time to listen to us. And Sulojana, what else do you want to say?
Yeah, we just want to say we are here to help you. We are here to guide you. And like I said before, 100% confidential. And whatever your needs may be, we will be there to mentor you.
Yeah. And so, if this presentation has touched a chord in you, and you want to follow up further, just click on the link that we showed here a while back, and there we go. There's the link again, and we look forward to having a conversation with you. All right. You take care, and God bless.
Bye for now.